My name is Julia. I am 25 years old. I lived with my father and my sister. The apartment was 3 streets away. I did not work. My father was very sick. His name was Edward Grant. He never went outside. He stayed in bed most of the time. He always needed someone near him, so I stayed at home. I took care of my father. I only went out when my sister Jane was at home. My sister and I were very different. I was short. I had a small, round face. My hair was short and black. Jane was 6 years younger than me. She was tall. She had long brown hair. Her legs were long and slim. In summer, her skin was always brown from the sun. People often said to me, "Your sister is very beautiful." Many men liked Jane. They asked her out. They wanted to take her to dinner or the cinema, but I stayed at home. Jane worked in a shop in town. When she was free, she liked to sit on the roof garden. One Sunday, I met a young, smart man at church. His name was Henry Collins. He was 33. Henry lived with his mother. They had a small house. It was on the south side of the town. I lived in an apartment. One day in June, I brought Henry home. I wanted him to meet my father. My father was in bed. His hair was gray. His face looked tired. Sometimes he read a book. Most of the time he watched TV. "This is Henry, Father," I said. "He works at the hospital. We met at church." My father did not look at him. "No," he said. "I don't remember." Then he turned back to the TV. He did not care about new people. Just then, Jane came into the room. She wore a white bikini. She also wore white shoes. She smiled at Henry. "So you are Henry," she said. "My sister has a boyfriend at last." Henry's face turned red. He looked at the floor. Jane laughed. "Come to the roof garden," she said. "Let's drink some wine. The sun is wonderful." Henry tried to speak. "Oh, he said. I felt angry, but I stayed quiet. "I must get Father a drink," I said. "Go to the roof, Henry. Talk to Jane." The sun was hot on the roof. Henry took off his coat. There were 3 chairs. There was a table. There was a bottle of wine and 3 glasses. There were flowers near the wall. "Very nice," Henry said. Jane smiled at him. "We don't see many handsome men here," she said. "Sit down. Have a drink." Henry laughed softly. "Thank you," he said. He tried not to look at her legs, but it was not easy. Jane put suntan oil on her arms and legs. Henry watched her. Then I came up to the roof. The 3 of us sat in the sun. We drank wine. I looked at Henry with love. I did not look at my sister. Jane watched us. She smiled. It was not a kind smile. After that day, Henry came every Sunday. After church, we drank wine on the roof. Henry stopped his car outside the building. "Sound the horn," I said. "Tell Jane we are here." Henry did it. 3 short sounds. On sunny days, Jane came to the wall. She waved at us. Then she got the wine. She always wore a bikini or a very short skirt. I never wore short clothes. "My legs are too fat for bikinis," I once said. Henry smiled shyly. "Your legs are very nice," he said. One day in June, Jane asked him, "What time do you finish work?" "About 7, he said. "Can you drive me home?" she asked. "My shop is near the hospital." "There is a bus," I said quickly. "But the bus is slow," Jane said. "Please, Henry." She smiled at him. Henry looked at me. Then he looked at her. "Well, all right," he said. Jane kissed him quickly. After that, Henry drove her home every evening. One Friday, they came home very late. I waited at the door. "What happened?" I asked. "Why are you late?" "There was an accident," Jane said. "The road was full of cars." Henry said nothing. That summer was long and very hot. I went to church every Sunday. Jane stayed home with our father. When it was sunny, Jane lay on the roof. She used a lot of oil. I sat under the umbrella. "The sun is bad for you," I said. Jane laughed. "Henry likes my body," she said. "No, he doesn't," I said. "Oh, yes, he does," she said. I did not answer. One Sunday morning, Henry called me. "I don't feel well," he said. "I'm not going to church today." "I'm sorry," I said. "Can I call you later?" "Yes," he said. "I will be late," I said. "There is a meeting after church." But I was wrong. There was no meeting that day. I came home early. First, I checked on my father. He was asleep. Then I called Henry. No answer. I went to my room. I put on a long summer skirt. Then I went up to the roof. I touched the door. I stopped. The door was half open. I heard voices. A man's voice. Henry's voice. "I feel bad," he said. "We must tell Julia." "No," Jane said. "It's our secret." "You love me," she said. "Not her. Say it." I felt cold. "You know I do," Henry said. They kissed. I moved away quietly. I ran to my room. I did not want them to see me. Later, I heard the front door close. Henry was gone. I sat on my bed for a long time. Why? I stayed home all the time. I gave up my life. She had beauty. She had freedom. Why him? She does not want him, I thought. She wants to hurt me. She will not have him, I told myself. Chapter 4. The next Sunday, I did not go to church. "I have a headache," I told Jane. "I called Henry," I said. "He is coming later." I went back to bed. Later, when Jane was with my father, I went up to the roof. Her suntan oil was on the table. I smiled. Jane came up. "Is your head better?" she asked. "Yes," I said. She wore a new white bikini. She opened the oil bottle. "There is not much left," she said. She put oil on her legs. Then we heard the horn. 2 short sounds. "He's here," she laughed. "Your man is here." Yes, I thought. My man. She ran to the wall. She had no shoes. Her feet slipped. She screamed. Her hands slipped. She fell. Down, down, down. Before she hit the ground, she knew. Oil. The wall. Me. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe, like, and share. More stories are coming soon, and you are always welcome here. The end.